Hey everyone, just a quick video today to remind you that this week on Saturday, January 6th, Rick and I will be hosting the Rural Classroom Winter Bootcamp focused this time on developer and pre-production companies. I hope you all consider joining us. We have Doug Silver returning to deliver the keynote. If you attended the Royalty Bootcamp, you know Doug Silver. He is a person who started as a exploration geologist over 40 years ago. And has had a wonderful career, has been inducted into the Mining Hall of Fame. He was the founder of International Royalty Corporation. So he's going to be delivering the keynote with his friend and colleague, Nick Michael, who comes more from the metallurgical and engineering side. He was former VP of Technical Services for Orion Resource Partners. So the two of them are going to be delivering the keynote address. They're going to be focused on all aspects of these development companies. They'll start with an overview of the industry. They talk about engineering studies, how these studies are drafted, what assumptions they make, what things that the investor has to continue. They'll discuss financial models and how to approach those as the investor. The talk itself is over 2 hours long. They're going to be breaking several times during the talk to field your questions live. So this is a great opportunity to get questions answered from true, real experts in the field. We've also got a number of other experts joining us. Lobo Tigre of The Independent Speculator will be speaking. Brent Cook of Exploration Insights will be joining us. And of course, Rick Rule will be there as well. We're sponsored this time by G Mining Ventures and by Battle Bank. So we're happy to welcome both Louis-Pierre Gignac and Frank Trotter to the program as well. Now, it's difficult to summarize a talk that's 2 hours in 2 minutes, but I've done my best. And so right after this, I'm going to play just a brief preview of the keynote address. Again, hope you can join us. Link is in the description below. That's January 6th. And even if you can't join us for the event, you'll get full access to the archive at a discount if you purchase before then. So look forward to seeing you there. Till then, take care.
Today, we're going to talk about development and pre-production mining projects and how we do due diligence. And I've got my friend Nick here with me. Nick has probably done this on hundreds and hundreds of projects. I probably have only done it on 100.5 projects. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to orient the investor to where you should go if you want to look for opportunities. Oh, by the way, if you want a copy of these slides, just ask Albert or Rick. There's a lot of data I'm going to be throwing at you, and I'd rather have you listen than taking a lot of notes. I need to talk to you about shortcomings of engineering studies because we're going to get into engineering studies in a big way. Engineering studies are very, very complex. You have literally thousands of decisions you make. And sometimes the smaller and the mid-tier companies also rush themselves to get into construction. This is all, of course, related to the time value of money aspect, but it also suggests that the returns are going to be a lot lower. Which might be one of the reasons why they emphasize PEAs when they get the highest returns and the most riskiest part of the project. If somebody wants to build a mine that they only have 1% maturity or 1% definition, they're basically winging it. All right, so now that you're all experts in how you do due diligence, I wanted to pull it all together for you and look at it from the standpoint of the financial model. And I'm only going to touch on 4 things here. I'm going to talk about geopolitical risk, capital cost, operating cost, and then the various financial metrics we use. All-in sustaining cost. Now, this has been a pet peeve of the mining industry for a long time, which is what are you reporting to investors? And for those of you who've been investing for a long time, in the old days, they would only give you the cash operating cost, which are basically the operating cost at the mine. And why did they only report that one? Because it's always the lowest number, and therefore it makes the mine look more profitable. Nick and his team have put together this giant report and all these giant cash flow models, or I'm looking at investing in a company and they send me their financial model. What do? You will find math errors. Not often, but you'll find them. Also, is the financial model pre-tax or post-tax? I'm not really sure why this is an issue, because I've never found a mine yet that's a church. Everybody's going to pay tax. Thank you for listening to us for the last almost 2 hours, and we'd be happy to take any questions.